Hey everybody, Zach First Not here, back with another Movie Memories Monday with number 110 now. It's going to be for the 60th anniversary for a special that most people know by now. It's going to be for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, obviously made by Rankin Bass. Um, and obviously I grew up with this movie as well. This is a movie from 1964, now turning 60 years old. I don't think they've really, to my knowledge, done anything special for its anniversary, but I guess I'm not surprised. But I do have many versions of this original film. I have my original VHS tape copy somewhere. I think down further there. Mine doesn't have its sleeve case anymore, so this is a replacement I found at a thrift store for 50 cents. I grabbed it, and it's in very good shape. Um, this is a, what, 1990... Right, where'd it go? 19... Oh, here we go. 1992 re-release of this movie. I got I think the 1993 re-release. But this is my original one. 1992 re-release of the special. With the golden book design. I mean, honestly, it's tape. Nothing really fancy. I think I liked the one that I have in terms of design on the label. That I've had since I was little. A little bit more than that one. But it's a very classic movie. I have many versions of it. Like I said, I have this DVD set that I've had since 2010. Really good collection, obviously, of the classics. Then I had, at one point, this version of the classics on Blu-ray with the original 5 films, including Rudolph. And then, most recently, my mom got me this complete Rankin Bass collection with, including the original, obviously, again, Rudolph. I have multiple different versions of this movie. But Rudolph is a classic. It's obviously about Rudolph being born with a birth defect in a way because his nose glows, and he was pretty much being mistreated because of his birth defect of his nose by the other reindeer, including adult reindeer. And even Santa wasn't very kind to Rudolph at that special. The special itself is good, yes, but I do have some minor nitpicks, but it's just very minor. The movie itself was great. The stop motion is amazing for its time, because especially since it was their first attempt at a stop motion, to my knowledge, I don't think they've made any more specials beforehand, because I think those are their very first Christmas special. I'm not sure about any specials that they made that weren't Christmas related beforehand or not, but very good special, very iconic character and voice. Rudolph is a character that's technically older than the special, but this is the most iconic version of the character. But the back says Christmas has been canceled, or at least it will be for Santa. Will be if Santa can't find a way to guide his sleigh through the fierce blizzard. Fortunately for him, there's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, shunned by the other reindeer because of his glowing nose. Rudolph becomes a hero when he guides Santa through the storm and enables him to deliver Christmas presents to all. This digitally remastered version of the family classic features a renowned original musical score known the world over. So pretty much, it sums it up fairly quickly. Rudolph, when he was born with a defect. Santa was surprised by it, and his parents obviously were too, but obviously his parents loved him. The dad was a little bit more, trying to be more toughen him up kind of thing, which obviously, yeah, it's a good thing to do that for your kids, to toughen them up. Yeah, other kids shouldn't be bullying him, but at the same time, it kind of toughened up Rudolph when he got bullied, when he became more mature and grew up on that. Where there's still people defending him when he was young, but when he grew older, he realized it doesn't matter what they say. I'm born with this defect, and he likes his nose eventually. Obviously, the character himself, though, funny thing is, many versions of the Rudolph character, this version of Rudolph, and the later versions, they kind of lowered his age back to this design rather than keeping him in his old design that he grew up in this special. Doesn't make much sense to me personally why they did that. I'm not sure if it's a continuity error, because this version of Rudolph was used in many other specials after this, like Rudolph Shiny New Year as an example, or Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, then the Island of Misfit Toys in 2001. There's many versions of this Rudolph, and yet they pretty much de-aged him back into this young version of him in the future installments. But he meets this elf who wants to be a dentist, who is made fun of by the other elves as well for not wanting to make toys. Not my favorite character, honestly. I don't really care for Hermie all that much. I mean, the dentist thing is fine. His voice bugs me. That's probably the only thing I have to say fully negative about the movie, is just his voice bugs me. But he's not the main character, so that doesn't bother me too much. I can look past it because I grew up with this movie and I still really like it. Um, and there's also, oh, drat, what was his name? The prospector, I forgot his name. Oh, Yukon Cornelius. Yukon Cornelius. He was a great character. I like his character a lot. Obviously, the Yeti's very iconic. That movie, oh, this movie's just so good. If you haven't seen it, I don't know how you haven't seen it by now. It's over now, 60 years old. It turned 60 this year. Very classic movie. Trying to remember if there's anything else. Obviously, oh, that reminds me. Burl Ives is definitely the iconic singer and narrator for this movie, and I really like his music in this movie. I have his actual album, his CD of his music from this, plus his other songs that he sings that's not from this movie. Granted, I think his best work is for this, without a doubt. The Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer song is very iconic, and I've always liked that song. This version of Santa, I like him, but at the same time, I think he's a little bit more harsh in tone in comparison to the later release Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which I actually like more. I do like that movie more than this. This is still a great movie to watch, and I'll watch it every year. It's just not my top favorite. I would put it up there as a classic and a definitely good one to watch. But I still wouldn't say it's perfect. I mean, if they go by continuity, I guess, in Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, Rudolph was kind of blessed like an angel in a way, even though I think they could have done a better way of doing it, like maybe instead of an angel, be actually Jesus himself, in my opinion, to give Rudolph this ability. But the movie itself was decent. It was actually pretty long in comparison. It's probably the longest movie, I think. But this one is only, what, 50 something minutes? Maybe? Yeah, 55 minutes. It's about an hour long. It's worth watching. I'm probably going to watch it soon again. I'm not sure I'm going to watch my Blu ray version, or maybe my VHS version, or maybe my DVD. Most likely between this and Blu ray. Probably this. But this movie, very good. I can't say anything really much else about it. Good music, pretty good morals, very just iconic movie. I love the ending when they're singing "Happy Holly Jolly Christmas." Very, very iconic scene. And then the Outland of Misfit Toys, he asks Santa to help them out to give those Misfit Toys a second chance with an owner. Kind of reminds me of Toy Story in a way that way. But tell me in the comments below what you guys and girls think about this video. What do you think of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, especially now for its 60th anniversary? I can't say much else about it besides it's a classic. If you haven't seen it, many ways to watch it. You can find it cheap online. If you want a physical version, that's where I'd recommend it most. Find a VHS copy, which is not worth a ton. You can get it super cheap, probably anywhere between $5 to $10. And then the DVD versions are very cheap as well, $10 for a new DVD copy. A Blu-ray bundle like that I got, the Rick and Best collection, is worth it to have not just this, but all the other classics. A little pricey on that one, though. See you guys next time, and God bless.